Hey, welcome to my kind of late discussion on E3, specifically Nintendo, because I don't care about anything else. I'm a freaking 24-year-old man-child. Before I get really into it, I just want to talk about a couple things I was really happy that I called. For example, the I said there's going to be a Smash reveal right at the beginning and right near the ends. I nailed it. My only other expectation going to E3 was that we were probably going to get Animal Crossing delayed, considering there was only 6 months left in the year and we hadn't heard anything at all about it since it got announced. So I was not shocked at all, and I'm not happy it was delayed, but just another thing I was like, yeah, I called it. I was kind of thinking maybe we'd see like a series I hadn't seen in a while, like a Star Fox or a Pikmin. What we did yet though was so much better. In fact, I thought the reveal at the end, like when they did the, ooh, we have one last thing, I thought that was going to be the Animal Crossing trailer. But I'm glad it wasn't, and what we got instead was amazing. I'm going to kind of go in order here and talk about things as they got revealed at E3. I'm not going to go into every single game they talk about, obviously, so feel free to Google whatever that piques your interest if you are interested in a game. But without further ado, let's talk about Erdrick, the very first thing we saw. Okay, so I know nothing about Dragon Quest, yay! What was so interesting to me though was that there's either a lot of alternative skins that just looked very different for each other, or that was like 3 Echo Fighters. Both potential answers here feel very weird simply because Nintendo normally keeps all alternative costumes very close to the original character. I never really thought about it before, but I guess they do that to prevent confusion from your opponents as who you're fighting. But like 3 Echo Fighters also just seems really weird as well. The other interesting thing about the hero, which I guess just refers to all the main characters of Dragon Quest, is the fact that they showed a menu that you could scroll through and choose an ability, but we saw a bunch of abilities. We saw way more than 4, so I'm really curious if that's maybe spirit related, or if they all have different abilities, or if you could choose 4 different abilities from like a long list. Like for example, we saw the hero walk through poison, they reflected some stuff, they turned to steel, they turned opponents into ice, etc. And those are just things that we didn't even see from the initial menu as well, so I'm really curious of how that's gonna work. A lot of people have been complaining that, oh, it's another sword fighter, but I really do think the special ability thing was really gonna make them special. That being said as well, the fact that people are like, oh, another sword fighter. If you really think about it, okay, what? You got sword fighters, you got brawlers, you got gun users, and I guess you kind of got like magic users. Is there any other like types of fighters? Probably, but those are like the main types. It's like there's only so many fighting styles you could have, you know? So, I mean, I think more people are just mad, like, oh, generic Japanese RPG sword fighter. I think maybe the only reason why people feel that way to begin with is that there's so many Fire Emblem characters, which I do agree with. The whole thing of thinking that, oh, there's too many sword fighters, I don't really think it's true. I think if Nintendo just didn't put in all those generic Fire Emblem characters to begin with way back in the day, we wouldn't even have this problem to begin with. I'm not saying I hate any of the Fire Emblem characters, I'm just saying that a lot of them are very similar to each other. And then we got the introduction to Doug Bowser. I kind of wish we got to see Reggie and Bowser interact, like an actual passing of the torch. But it was still a pretty nice introduction. If not, it wasn't cringy, but it did feel a bit overacted. But then again, I guess Reggie did overact things as well. And I know they're not exactly actors, so I'm really curious. So far to me, Doug Bowser kind of looks like the supervillain in Kick-Ass 1. So if he mysteriously goes to jail for running a giant crime organization, then we know why. But that being said, so far it just kind of looks like generic corporate overlord dude, so I'm hoping we get to see some like real personality in the coming years from him. Probably soon, but I guess we'll see. Luigi's Mansion 3. I haven't really played any of the Mansion games. I've watched multiple playthroughs of 1. Never really seen much of Dark Mansion. It's funny that it's not really a mansion game though, but it's a hotel in this one. It looks like there's a lot of different areas and different themes to each area, which is really neat. We also saw a bunch of portraits of multiple Mario characters. We saw Mario, Peach, and 3 Toad portraits for a total of 5. My guess is that each portrait will indicate the end of an area. So kind of think like, you know how a castle indicates the end of a world in normal Mario games? Except instead of going to save someone in the castle, you're going to save a portrait, and that's when you move on to the next area. Guluigi is hilarious and really stupid, and I kind of love it. I'm really curious how Guluigi is going to work, because he seems kind of very OP minus the water thing. Maybe you can't use the vacuum to the extent of Luigi or something? That makes sense. I like how they named the vacuum the Poltergeist GOO or Poltergeist Goo. Multiplayer certainly seems very bare minimum though. Something you'd play like maybe a couple times then never check out ever again. We didn't get a specific date for release yet, which is really weird since there's only 6 months in the year, and you'd think they would add, even if they don't have an exact day down, you'd think they'd at least have a month down. I don't think there's any big Nintendo games slotted for October yet, so maybe there? That seemed to fit. I wonder why it's being kept a secret still. Hopefully it's not delayed. Link's Awakening! The toy looking oily sheen and everything is kind of cool. I didn't really like it at first though, but now I've actually had some time to digest the original reveal, I actually think it looks kind of cool. The Dungeon Trader though? Oh, that looks super neat, and it really makes me wonder if Nintendo's testing the waters for a Mario Maker-esque game, but obviously Zelda style. Zelda Maker confirmed for E3 2020? September 20 release dates for this game. The Witcher 3 is getting released on the Switch. Yeah, this game is massive, and I've heard a lot of people concerned of what this could possibly look like. And yeah, I'm really wondering that too. This game is very graphically intensive and, you know, it's massive, so I'm really wondering how that's gonna look on the Switch. I know there's been some really bad ports to the Switch. For example, Ark apparently is garbage. So I'm really curious if it's gonna be one of those situations. I hope not. CD Projekt Red, the creator of the Witcher series, seems very anal about their games. So I'm really hoping they're not gonna just dump on like a really shitty port onto the Switch. I really hope so. If you've never checked out The Witcher 3 though, I highly recommend it. It's a very good game, especially if you're into that medieval magic kind of stuff. It's really good. Panzer Dragoon, I don't really know why I'm talking about this because I have never heard of this ever. But I just want to comment kind of on how boring the trailer looked. It kind of reminded me of the Star Fox Adventure space levels, but somehow even slower. It just looks so slow-paced. I don't know. The couple reactions I have seen to this game have all been very positive. Apparently this game originally came out on Dreamcast and it hasn't been seen since. So, and apparently it's really, really good. Apparently it's on a lot of like top 100 best games ever list. So I'm really curious on what this game could be. But I mean, I think coming from a non-biased opinion of never seeing like this game ever, that was a really bad trailer. Mario and Sonic at the Olympics. Can we really just take a second to laugh at how ridiculously out of place Eggman looks? I can't even say it. He just somehow seems super thick and somehow lanky. Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm so excited. I keep forgetting the name of this game. The name doesn't really seem to fit very well in my opinion. I've just been kind of tentatively still referring to this game as Animal Crossing Switch since New Horizons, I don't know. It just doesn't really sound nice to me. But wow, it really looks like you just build your town from scratch. There's outdoor furniture, you craft things, there's pole vaulting across the rivers, there's paths, actual paths. There's 8-player co-op, fences, multi-layer towns. Oh boy. I will be making a full discussion on this video and analyzing the trailer and the treehouse. I'll look for those videos soon. I also have a pretty good idea on how to check exactly how big the town is going to be based on the treehouse. So if you're interested in that, stick around and keep an eye out. Unfortunately, my suspicions were correct, and it's not being released till 2020, March 20th to be exact. So we have about 9 months to wait. I mean, it sucks. But hey, I'm really glad they're taking the time to make this game as good as it can be and not just rushing it out. And I'll happily wait that long as we get a good Animal Crossing. But even still, I am extremely excited. These towns look extremely customizable, and I'm just super excited. Banjo-Kazooie confirmed for Smash. Can we take a second to talk about the amazing animations from the Smash trailers? They seriously just look great. They're funny and they're really good hype. Diddy popping King K. Rool Snot Bubble actually made me laugh out loud the second time watching this trailer when I could actually pay attention and not be freaking out. Donkey, Diddy, and Rool also cheer when Banjo and Kazooie get revealed. Have we ever seen characters visibly cheer at a character reveal? Not that I can remember. Even the game is hyped for Banjo. The stage seems to be Spiral Mountain with Grunty flying around. I saw multiple people on Twitter bring up how great it would be if Grunty flew around and made rhymes off characters playing. I think one for every individualized character would be a bit much for Nintendo to go through, but I hope she at least has a few funny things. It's really amazing to see dead properties get into Smash because it really gives them hopes for the future. Maybe Banjo 3E will actually have a chance that it will maybe come out and not be just complete trash. Banjo-Kazooie coming out in fall 2019. And finally, the final reveal. Holy shit! Oh! I exploded at this! I don't even know what to say. I expected the one more thing, as Nintendo tends to do, but I expected it to be Animal Crossing or a series that's been dead, like I mentioned at the start, like Star Fox or something. But I'm so excited. Is that Ganon? Is it maybe Demise? Are those Time Shift Stones? What is that priest there? Those eyes match my asthma stuff Ganon used to spawn bubbles and walls. There's a Muxox! Holy shit, there's a Muxox! I can't believe there's a Muxox! Guys, this and Animal Crossing are so extremely exciting to me. I'll be making full dedicated videos analyzing trailers frame by frame and talking a lot more about this. Since I'll probably be reusing assets, I'm guessing E3 2020 we will get a release date, which will be holiday 2020. If we're lucky, fingers crossed. There was also an article reported a while ago that said Nintendo was hiring for dungeon designers for an upcoming Zelda game, so hopefully that means we get actual dungeons. I don't see why we wouldn't. I think fans are pretty loud and clear that we do want the typical dungeons back, so I really hope they bring it. Can you imagine Breath of the Wild actual dungeons? Oh my god, I'm just, I think, like, honestly, this sequel could be way better than the original game. I'm so excited. But I'll talk more about that as well in an upcoming video. But that was E3 2019, at least with Nintendo. I was watching many of the other presentations, but none hyped me nearly as much as Nintendo's. Definitely no bias there, though. Microsoft did have some very interesting titles, like Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I'll definitely be checking that out. Cyberpunk 2077, hell yeah, I'll be playing that. Announcing Halo for PC. I've never played Halo. I know pretty much next to nothing about Halo, but I do know its importance to the gaming community, so I am interested in checking it out, so maybe I'll be able to check that out finally. Elden Ring, the new George R.R. Martin property. I'm very excited to see what his writing could be like in a game. Terraria is even getting an update, although it didn't really look like that big of an update, which kind of worries me, and I don't want to get too excited until I actually figure out what it is. With that being said, I love this time of year. Although the middle part of Nintendo's Direct was a little snooze-inducing, but that's perfectly fine. You know, not everything is for everyone. And I hope the time they dedicated to other games got people just as excited as I was for Zelda. Well, time to start analyzing Animal Crossing trailer frame by frame. Stay tuned!